Hello there guys, welcome to GRL round 11 of GP4/GP3. The reason why that we are joining these two divisions is because the GP3 are struggling to set the times for Monday. This is its full 17. I will be accompanied with Smithy, but he is busy with his uncle. Well, he has his uncle round. So we have 18 drivers, 9 from each division. We've got the likes of Rangerich, Mike David, Top Laguna, Flawless Hunter, Manzi, Been Emotional and Horn Dog on this exciting 35 lap track. As we will find out of who got out first, and it appears to be PC. A bit of a good reminder, if you have missed the Russia rerun, you can watch it on YouTube. Just go on to Global Racing League F1 with no spaces and lowercase or lower caps. And you can find the rerun from there, as DC on his outlap had a bit of a struggle on that second chicane. We might be seeing a lot of invalidations throughout qualifying. It's actually Nath out first. Nath has been with us since Austria. And throughout those 2 days, he says that he has been improving. He's been checking on what sort of setups are best for him. He is also racing with no traction. Very nice. Neat. A combination of corners as they're now coming up to turn 3. And I think that could have been an invalidation, but we don't know. Let's find out when they finish their flying lap. It does appear that he has backed off. So it means that he has invalidated it. As we focus on Deadshot, he actually had a very good recovery race at Britain after the slip up at Austria. He's hoping to continue that momentum for Hungary. He now crosses the line. It's a 120.3, but it has been invalidated. So we have DC who set the banker lap for the other 17 drivers with a 1 minute 20.9. As DC coming up to the first corner did have a bit of a moment on the first corner. Scott has now done a 1 minute 21.8. Manzi does a 1:29.8. And the Top Gunner with a 1:20.6. Funky Hess with a 1:21.8. And same goes for Scott, 7 thousandths faster. Trey has done a 1:22.3. A lot of speculations that this could be Trey's last race, as Snooze has done a 1:21.009. But let's not forget we are going through the whole qualifying session. is the track will get exceedingly more grippier, as Nath does a 119.5. A commendable lap from Nath there. At the moment he is in GP3. Flawless Ones has done a 119.9. Scott's done a 120.0. And it looks like Deadshot has set a lap of a 121.2. Go on board with Craigie, who's on his banker lap in the glorious Toro Rosso. See how he takes that corner. He takes it very nice through that corner there. Andy Tate has done a 120.7. So he has improved. Well, he hasn't actually improved, he's just saved his lap. Suze has done a 120.6. As Rangerich goes on to his outlap. Trey is up by a second. He's done a 57.1 in the second sector. Going up to the third sector. You can try and take this nice and narrow, and hopefully you feed the power in. As he crosses the line, he does 120.2. Right in between Scott and Snoozer, as Owen now goes on to his outlap as well. Mike David does a 119.8. It's about 600ths slower than Manzi, as Manzi did improve with a 119.7. Snoozer has crashed. Which is odd. A bit unfortunate for Snoozer there. Dutchman actually does a 120.4. If you haven't ticked the box, then tick the box.
Yeah, I've ticked it, man, but sorry I'm late, guys.
So far at the moment,
I'm sure
10 minutes.
Sure, Phil's explained what's had to happen.
Yeah. I've informed them of what's
the
going on.
Three guys were struggling with their new time, so jumped in together. They're all pretty happy with it. So for the Mons side, GP2 aren't going to walk away with it. The highest GP3 driver is going to get their 25 points, or so to speak.
The highest GP4 driver will get 25 points. That's how it works.
That's just, yeah.
10 minutes have passed. Gone past the 10-minute mark, and Been Emotional set a 120.036. 22 thousandths faster than Scott, which is actually a commendable lap from Been Emotional there. That gets him 5th. So we've got Owen on his flying lap, taking a very wide line, which kind of compromised him onto the corner.
No net flow tonight.
No. Rangerich did a 120.6. 6,000 faster than Top Guna at the moment.
I've just wrote down who's who. We have 10 GP3 drivers and 8 GP4.
Okay, Owen's done a 120.8. The only retirement at the moment is Snoozer.
One dog's on a lap.
coming up to the AstroTurf of that chicane. And a little bit squirrely on the exit on that corner as well. Mondok did say that this is the track he won't be strong at, but after Hungary, all the other tracks will be fine.
Yes, there's a few good tracks after Hungary. I mean, personally, this is my favourite track, so puts him into P7. So at the minute, your highest GP4 driver is Dutch Nacho, who's on a 120.4. And then I think it's quite split at the minute. I mean, Snoozer's GP2 and Wrangler Rich's GP2. So it's coming to the point where we did the right thing to split them both.
I think Snoozer Wrangler Rich's GP3.
No, Wrangler Rich is 1. 3, sorry.
Wrangler Rich is 3 and Snoozer's
3.
Okay.
He's just retired and so he can put another lap in. Trey's starting a lap from last. See if he can get into the 121s.
I don't think he struggled to put another lap in. He retired because he crashed into the barrier. Crashed into the tyre wall.
That's what I'm saying. Because he crashed into the barrier, he couldn't. Just had a race weather report. I don't know if you've already had that off Manzi. It's a dry qualifying and a dry race, but it's a little bit overcast. So yeah,
there'll be a lot of moisture, like the previous 2 races.
Well, everybody knows this track is very, very hard to overtake at. So track position will be everything, and the undercut round here is very strong.
Yeah, as Owen does a 119.8. Blistering lap.
Bloody hell, Owen's turning the heat up, isn't he?
The GP4
we got him in the right division.
A stonkingly good lap.
Well, you got a Hockey Hess's time that he's set. That is on the soft, so he should improve, I would imagine, as Andy Tate improves. Deadshot improves. Craigie improves as well. Craig goes up to P8. They're all, at the minute, they're all on super softs.
Yep, all on super softs at the moment. Hockey S has improved. He's done a 120.6.
Only one guy that's not in the 120s then. Close between everybody. I mean, from Hockey Hess to the pole, it's 1.1 seconds, which is not bad at all between the 2 divisions.
Not bad, yeah.
We wanted to make it fair for both divisions, but I'd say it's making it a hell of a lot easier.
As Owen enters into the pits with a as he said, a 119.8. Just about 4 hundredths separate between him and Mike David, which is a huge shock. Dog's got 6th at the moment as a yellow flag is set to 1.
Down this time. Someone spun, I think, as I shoot through there.
So I think possibly the safety lap could be in the 120.
Trey's improved, he's got 121.8.
Seems that Trey is struggling at the moment. He's gone quite wide into turn 2.
And Tate and Craig here following each other. Craig is down massively, but
I think throughout the course of the division, it's that corner that they went past. It's going to be horrible.
Yeah, and this one as well. Even in the drive, if you catch it, it's a nightmare. It will spin you straight out. Mans is back on track. It's weird to not see him in a Williams. He loves that car with all his
He's in the
might.
Sauber at the moment.
He's so happy he's in that Williams, isn't he? He loves it.
Looks retired into the pit, so he's safe. Over that lap, I definitely agree with that.
To be honest, I don't think Manzi would have needed to go out again.
Nath has retired into the pits, which he did. Oh, Craig has his
What happened there?
the grid penalty.
And the tape was off the track. I didn't see what happened.
I think there was contact between them, Craigie and Andy Tate.
I presume so. They was following each other on the track, and they are both at the minute. They are both through. It won't cause too much disruption, but I mean they are both in the same division. No, not actually. Craig is the division above. But
At the moment,
yeah.
Rangarich, Tate, Guna, Hockey and DC. Even though only 3 drivers will be out of Q1.
This is. I haven't done another lap. I think he's run out of fuel. As old Manzi comes on the last corner, can he improve on his time? Can he get pole? Across the line he goes. It's going to be. Oh, it's a 120.3 slower.
6 tenths down.
Got a big moment somewhere. Owen's retired from P4. I just noticed these were.
Very strong lap from Owen there. Now on board with Scott.
So the bottom 2 guys.
DC's
Come out. I don't
into
think
the
he's going to complete a lap.
pits.
He's not going to get round quick enough if they just come out of the pit.
So I think Top Gouda might get away with this. Hockey's gone into the pits, so Top Gouda's through.
Yep. I honestly don't think Trey's going to make it through. I think Dutch Nacho's up. P11. Doesn't need to improve on his time, but he doesn't know that. That's Top Gouda goes fastest.
Oh, Top Gouda. What a lap.
119.5 dead.
And Scott does a 119.7.
His divisions are close. Hell of a lot closer than we expected.
Very.
Renga Richie's up on his time as he comes through the middle sector. Oh, he's gone off the track. That's going to cost him a couple of attempts, but he is through. All these guys are setting laps and ruining the tyres for no reason, but they do not know that they are through. Hopefully it'll come from the team radio that they are safe.
David hasn't improved. He was down by 2 seconds.
His
So,
Ranga might improve. Barcelona
Q1.
goes, it's 120.
Rangarich has gone up by
0.4.
1 place. I'll have a look at
Scott's
Dutch.
down on his time, it says. Dutch is down 2. Yeah, they're both backed out of that, so that is then.
Yeah.
That's your top
That's Q1.
15. Unfortunately, we have lost Hockey Hess, DC, Brit Grit, and Trey, all the GP4 drivers, and we'll be starting at the back.
So as we wait for Dutch Nacho, Scott, and Guna to retire, then we'll be heading up to Q2.
Very interesting what happens around here.
A bit of
Like we said,
a small reminder, if you
Cool.
do have any questions we would like to answer, just message Smithy. I don't know why Snoozer sent me a message, but I think he's messaged me from my normal account, so oh well. So, at the moment, for the lap times of Q1, who do you think we might get the pole spot in
It's
Q3?
very open at the minute. So it's all down to who can keep it on in between the white lines.
Seems to be that, because it's very close between Top Gooner and Nath, and then it's close between Manzi and Scott. And then close again between Mike,
I mean,
David
the top
and Owen.
13 are separated by a second.
Which is
the top
incredible.
16 are separated by 1.1. So
Yeah.
it's very close. And as you can see, look, 1.1 16th up, 1.3 17th up. Unfortunately, I don't think Tree's had a lot of practice around here. He just slips away at the end, at the back there. But end of the day, he's got 8
well, that
people
does
to race
mean he
against, so he's
will
a minimum
be
of,
able to start at any tyre.
yeah. You got to think though, for the GP4 guys, there is only 8 of them racing, so if they can all keep it clean, that's all points for them.
Yeah.
They've got a maximum of 4 points already. So
as we now wait for the start of Q2.
15 cars, because obviously Snoozer's retired. He crashed into the wall.
We'll have a look at the tyres that have been currently fitted. At the moment, Mike David and Manzi and Deadshot are going to try and do a lap on the softs.
Just as we're saying here, we will tell you the divisions that people are in, just so people know. For stream purposes, the Nath is GP3, Old Manzi is 3, Mark David, I can't even read my own writing now, Flawless Hunter, Being Emotional, ST2OH, Craigie 1001, Anger Rich, Snoozer and Horndog are all GP3 drivers. Dutch Nacho, Top Gooner, Andy Tate, DC, Deadshot, Hockey Hess, Trey 94 and Owen are all GP4 drivers. But like we said, every driver is guaranteed a point. Regardless where they finish on track, they are guaranteed a point because there's only 10 GP3 drivers and 8 GP4 drivers. So hopefully there will be no collisions. But racing is racing, and a lot of opportunity for collisions. So
Will be. Hopefully there will be some damage limitation.
We keep saying around this track. I think Craig is first.
Yep.
And he starts his
So we'll go on board and see.
Like we said, I think with this track, a few people will be getting impatient, stuck behind the car, so they might try silly moves, but the pay up it might not. So an interesting race to watch from that perspective, but on that there might be a few collisions that can't be helped. 28-1 for sector for Craigie. See what we can do.
Very good lap. Well, very good first sector at the moment. Top Gooner and Nate are on the softs. Very nice and neat through that chicane there.
Oh,
That's
pretty
wide.
wide.
I think it'll be fine. Just say you can actually take that corner in third. Fourth can be done. We'll get a little bit more understeer.
He comes around the last corner to set the benchmark. What's it going to be? Barcelona goes. It's a 1:20.2.
Good benchmark. Good target. As Manzi does a
Manzi
1:19.7 in the soft.
Yeah, we've got a few
Rich
drivers
with
on
a
softs.
1:20.0.
Manzi, Top Gooner, Mark David, Deadshot,
Ooh.
and Nene for all attempting to do their laps on the super soft, on the soft tyre, sorry. So
One done the same lap as Andy
Q.
Tate. 1:20.429. Bit Emotional is second with a 1:20.003. Jumps Ranga Rich by 8 thousandths as Mike David goes fastest by 4 hundredths. Catch up with a 1:40.8, so it looks like he seems to struggle somewhere. We'll have a look at Top Gouda.
And Deadshot's had a problem somewhere to set a 140.
Yeah, very unfortunate from Deadshot, but he will obviously improve.
Manzi comes around the last corner. Is he going to improve on that time? As the man goes, he does not. Rangarich goes fastest.
Very good lap from Rangarich there. A bit emotional replies.
They are on the faster tyre.
4 thousandths faster. Very good. Log improves with 1:19.9. Scott with 1:19.6.
Green is coming around the last corner now.
Take this very nice through on the last corner. Have a good amount of exit speed. Validated.
There must have
We'll
been.
have a look at
Owen comes through in the Ferrari.
1:20.5 at the moment. He can improve. Have a look at Flawless Hunter.
Everybody bar 2 guys is on track. Manzi's into the pit.
And Flawless.
Undertake crosses the line. 1:19.8 for Undertake, but was invalidated.
I think we are seeing a lot of it. I think we might see a little bit more invalidations in the other divisions. The biggest question of all is also what setup are they providing themselves?
Loser has disconnected.
Ooh, bit of a tax slapper on the exit of that corner from Flawless there. As Nave does a 1:23.7, Top Gunner with a 1:20.6. At the moment, I think the safety lap could be 1:20.3. As Flawless does a 1:18.7.
Has WR Calvano joined?
Yes, he has joined late. He did say before the race that he will join late.
That is, if nobody and people do not know, that is Trueborn Lotus. He's got 2 accounts. Oh yeah.
So in Q2, Flawless Hunter is now at the top. separate. Well, on the other fastest super soft driver, which is Rangerich, that is 8 tenths between him and Flawless. Nath has improved with 120.8. Andy Tate has improved, he's done a 119.9. He needs to be very careful, because if he does qualify to Q3, he will be starting on that tyre, which will be very, very worn.
But
David has retired into the pits. And Owen has now entered into the pits. Dutch Nacho is now out. It's 28.3 on the first sector. Oh, a little bit wide out of turn 5. Turn 8 and 9. Yeah, gone very wide. Oh, a little bit on the grass. Moving up to turn 11. And very wide again on the penultimate corner.
yeah, I think he's setting up for another lap. The wider you go, the more speed you can carry all the way through.
Yes, set a lap, 119.8. Very good lap from Dutch there.
At 19.8 puts him safe at the minute. And I think the Nath needs to improve massively.
I think Nath needs to set a lap on them super softs quickly if he wants to go through to Q3. Only under 4 minutes left of the session. Owen, Top Gooner and Nath are now going on their out lap. We'll have a look at Horn Dog as he crosses the line. And he improves with a 119.5. Very strong lap from Horn Dog there. Which now closes the gap between Flawless Hunter and Horn Dog to about 7 tenths. This Manzi does a 118.8. The gap has now dropped to 7 hundredths between first and second. Emotional has retired into the pits. He knows that he's safe on them softs. That means he will start on the soft compound. He's done a 28.1. Apologies for that. On the first sector. Need to be careful not to run wide and hit the rumble strips. Lock needs her out to turn 9. And very neat. Turn 11. Nice and tight onto turn. The penultimate corner onto the last corner. Yeah, in the exit as he hammers the throttle. Does 189. That puts him up at safety. That puts him to 3rd. Now, can Owen get out of the 120 mark? Needs to, otherwise he will be out. Dog is retired into the pits. Same goes for Manzi. And the same goes for Scott. If Owen has enough fuel, he might be able to do one more lap. Which he does. He needs to be quick. There's only 5 seconds left. At the moment, looks like he won't be able to make it. So it looks like Owen will be out of Q2.
After that amazing lap from him, it's blue boys.
Dutch Nacho, by the skin of his teeth, goes through to Q2, goes through to Q3.
It's close.
It was very, very close between Top Gooner, Dutch and Andy Tate.
Too many surprises in there.
Yeah.
It's quite even down it.
Well, at the moment, there's like 2 GP4 drivers through to Q3. And that is Gooner and Dutch. So, because Craigie had I think a 5-place grid penalty, he'll be starting 17th.
Back row. Well, no,
very, very unfortunate. I think if I was in that sort of predicament, I would start on the mediums, get the slower tyre out of the way, and go on the softs. As we now wait for Craigie to retire. So far the top 10 is Flawless, Manzi, Nath, Horndog, Emotional, Rang Rich, Scott, Mike David, Top Gooner and Dutch Nacho. And the people that are being knocked out is Andy Tate, Craigie, Deadshot and Owen. Two people that are guaranteed to be starting on the softs will be Ben Emotional and Mike David. Whereas Flawless, Manzi, Nave, Horndog, Rangarich, Scott, Gooner and Dutch we're starting on the supers. So that is Q2. And the gap between the top 3.
I mean, you've got to look at that though. Mark David's the only one that's qualified on the softs. Will that be a big
Oh, Benimotion
Would that
actually
be a
quite
master
hard onto the supers, so Mark David will be the only one on this.
Would that be a,
We're starting on the
would that be
softs.
a master stroke of masterclass, or would that prove to be what not drops him off?
Would it possibly... Could it lead into a stroke of bad luck? Because we don't know what will be the abrasion of the track. Because Hungary, as we all know, is on a hill. Goes downhill as you go into turn 2 and 3. Then it goes uphill again onto turn 4. So we're at the start of Q3.
First car out is Gary, been emotional.
Looks like been emotional. Will be coming out first. In number 76. The Toro Rosso.
That's his age,
Behind him
little
is
bastard.
Manzi. It does look like that. Bit emotional. Has got good average pace around Hungary. So hopefully he might be going for a very, very fast qualifying lap for Q3 because I think the track grip will be at its highest. As he takes a wide line, and now guns it, and will go on board. See how well he does. Takes turn 1 very nice and neat. Goes up to turn 2 into 7th. Going down to 4th and then 3rd. Turn 4 is very tricky. Very tricky to predict turn 4. Oh, gone very, very wide out of turn 9.
Once again, people, you are watching the stream, you can ask questions about the race and predictions. You just send them to me at Smithy and I'll read them out, answer the questions, and me for the answer them for you.
And the best we can possibly do. As Been Emotional does a 1:19.6. And he replies with a 1:19.2. As he seems to be properly utilising the 1 year old Ferrari engine in that Sauber. Angry Rich does a 1:19.7.
Junior's on a fast lap. Just now he goes, 1:19.8.
1:19.8.
On the
Was on
front
top
lap,
of the
on the softs.
1:19.0 on the softs.
He's just getting used to the track. It's gone off, it's gone off.
I think
It's
the
the
reason
first corner,
why
he's
he's
completely missed his braking
racing
zone.
on the soft, I think the reason why he's going to start on the softs is possibly because he's run out of supers. It's either that or he's setting a banker lap. Scott does a 1 minute 19.6. He's actually 600ths faster than Been Emotional. If on his out lap. Dutch is on his flying lap. As Manzi does a 1:18.9. Very good reply from Manzi there. Dutch does a 1:21.4, but it's invalidated.
But the old man's purring today.
Well, it appears that the old man has been rudely awakened.
Not quite ready to be in that coffin just yet.
Still trying to avoid it.
He's dodging it, well, isn't he? Dodging it. Oh,
Dodging and weaving. He's like the next future basketball player.
dodgeball.
Or in dodgeball, yeah. Well, you know what.
Every stream is something wrong.
I know.
Just to hide Phil's embarrassment, Manzi said something. It tickled me. And we both were just sat talking to each other when he said it, and then we were just paused for a minute and just took in what he said and just burst out laughing. So Manzi was on about that he was stuck in the Williams again last night, and what the words he said was, what did he say? The fair was undraw. And we just looked at each other and we were like,
Well, I know.
burst out laughing.
Obviously, just went on the Xbox. Just recently went on the Xbox in the morning. I noticed I had messages. I had a look and it says the fair was undrawn. And I thought, hey, wait, what?
So Manzi took a leaf out of Phil's book and was struggling to English.
He adapted my second language, which is gibberish.
Whether that's your second language, I think that's your first language, to be honest.
No, I think it's my second language. Been Emotional has done a 1:19.1. Dutch Nacho has set a lap of a 1:21.0. And is struggling to improve. Baker's up by 12 thousandths on the first sector.
Yeah, it did set a 120, but it was invalidated. Struggling in the middle sector, got it turned in.
I think we will say that Hungary is possibly the most unforgiving track. I think.
I wouldn't say that
there's
for
quite a lot of
Monaco and
raised curbs.
Singapore and Baku are just as unforgiving. But this is the track that's similar to Monaco. Very few places to overtake. You get it wrong, it will cost you a lot of positions across the line. He goes P2 at 119 dead.
P2. Jumped onto. Very good.
Like we say, Hungary is basically Monaco, but with the walls just further away. It's that difficult to overtake around here.
And there's only one
Especially
overtaking
these new
zone,
cars,
and that's the back straight.
they hate being behind. They hate dirty air, so it makes it twice as hard to overtake. You've got to get some hell of a run out of that last corner.
Thomas Hunter has left the session, so I'm guessing that he lagged out.
So
I think same goes for Andy Tate.
we invite him back in, but not with John's a different story.
So as Horndog on the last corner in the Force India, because the Mercedes seats have already been taken, he crosses the line and does 1:19.6, 12 thousandths slower than Scott.
Mark David's eyes riding the Red Bull. .27.9 per sector.
It does seems to be that corner, turn 4, to be a bit of a real struggle.
Yeah, it catches a few people out if you get it wrong.
It's
Get
like
it wrong in a big way.
it's basically the corner's on a hill and it's quite blind.
Yeah, it cambered into it.
Andy improves with a 1:18.8.
Oh, and you old bastard.
It's either that or he won't be battering someone.
I think you gotta say Flawless Hunter's gonna improve on that time. Since he's on softs. There he
He
crosses
tries
the
to get
line.
into his car.
1:19.1 improves. Which not show he's on a 2-minute 23 laps so Flawless Hunter struggling to get back in.
Maybe he doesn't know that he has to ready up and then he'll be in.
People in the party will be telling him that.
Yeah. So, as we got about 45 seconds left of Q3, so far at the moment, Manzi has got pole, has been emotional, goes very squirrely as Manzi improved with a 1:18.6. I think Bit Emotional was on a fast lap time as well. As Top Gun improves his lap, he's done a 1:19.0. So half a tenth between him and Nath. And Mike David, this will be his only qualifying lap. Can he try and beat Manzi? No! Gets third. So we'll see if Top Gear and Rangarich and Scott will improve. Well, Horndog
so no.
won't be improved, so it looks like he's backing
Scott's
off.
down on his time.
Oh, Rangarich goes very wide. That's turn 9.
And the S2's down by a big way. Since the pit S2 does.
We're seeing a lot of this in practice. A lot of people struggling to not invalidate their times.
Comes to cross the line. What does he do? Can he improve? 150.
Does, but it's
Horndog's got
invalidated.
off. The last person, Horndog is.
Probably Horndog. So Manzi and Nath completes the front row, followed by Mike David and Top Gooner with the second row. Flawless Hunter and Bit
Top
Emotional.
Gooner's proved some
Proved a
people
lot.
wrong there. He's a GP4
Yeah.
driver. Be right back, Phil. Just give me 2 minutes, mate.
Okay. Yeah. Manzi and Nath rounds up the front row. We got Mike David and Top Gooner on the second row. Flawless Hunter and Bit Emotional on the third row. Scott and Rangarich on the fourth, and Horndog and Dutch on the fifth. So by the time qualifying finishes, or by the time Scott retires, as Flawless Hunter tries to go back into his car, so I think he has. Then the break will be a 5-minute break. Which means we will be going at about 13 minutes past 8. So that is the qualifying, well, Q3 results. Obviously that Smithy isn't here at the moment, so he won't be able to screenshot the Q3 results, but hopefully like Manzi, Bit Emotional or Horndog will screenshot the results in beforehand. It is now 8 minutes past 8. We will now be a 5-minute break as race will start at 13 minutes past 8. As long as people don't ready up. Which will be highly unlikely. If so, well, to each their own. So we'll have a look on the race director. Obviously Mike David, who qualified on the softs in Q2, he'll be starting on the softs. It looks like starting at third is actually quite a good spot for him. Deadshot, Owen, Snoozer, Hockey, DC, Craigie, Trey, Calvano are going to be starting on the softs. And Flawless Hunter has regained control of his car. So it looks like at the moment people are obeying the 5-minute rule, which is good. Very, very good. Trey is starting on the mediums. Well, Trey will be starting on the mediums, getting the slowest tyre out of the way, and hopefully be ending on the softs.
It looks like we're missing Andy Tate.
Yeah, a bit of a shame from Andy Tate there. Flawless Hunter has rejoined. His car is on the grid. So then, who do you think will be in the top 3 at the end of this race then, Smithy?
I'm going to do 2 top 3s because obviously there's 2 divisions in here. I think Manzi's got track position. I think so. I don't even know who's qualified where. Yeah, Manzi's got track position, so I see him losing that.
I think as long as Manzi doesn't make mistakes, he could be on the way of winning this. As long as he doesn't make a mistake.
I think it'll take something massive for Top Gunner not to win GP4.
Because so far in GP3,
I think
if we have the GP4 on one side, at the moment it'll be Top Goon and Dutch Nacho and Deadshot will be the top 3 when it's at the start. But Top Goon is starting 4th for a very, very good lap in Q3.
turned up, I know.
Could be pretty interesting. I think what I'm predicting for the top 3 for GP3 is possibly Manzi, Flawless, and Rangarich? Maybe?
It's going to be a
And then for
tough one for
GP4, I think for GP4, say Dutch, Top Gooner, and Snoozer for the top 3.
you think Top Green is going to struggle?
I think Top Gooner might struggle. He has, even though
Must
he's
be
got
time. Gary's ready up.
Just in time. I'll be surprised if Horndog gets into the top 5. He's not doing very well
Ouch.
at qualifying. I think Nate's definitely showed some colours.
Oh, what's Mark David doing?
I don't know, I think he was trying to warm his tyres and got a little bit too aggressive on the steering.
A little bit too aggressive. He spun himself out.
I think he's now got grass on his front right. It's going to take a while to take it off.
For the man.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm predicting out of them 2 divisions, I think.
If it comes to it as well, I think this might just run over, so I might have to leave you to do the interviews between GP3 and the GP4 interviews.
That's fine. We'll make sure that the interviews will be nice and short.
Not necessarily short, just. Oh, something's happened between 3 cars. Rangarich, Horndog, and Dutch Nacho. Brady and Trey have hit each other as well. Manzi should have backed the field up a bit more. Sitting on them cold tyres for a while. I'd watch been emotional from P6 as well. He'll get a good start. He's very quick off the line.
Very, very good off the line.
See what you can do then.
Here
I'll
we go.
go from P10 back if you want to go to the front.
Yep. 5 red lights for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
And the guy, Manzi's got the best start, I think.
Here we go. Manzi's got off to a very, very good start. His name follows
who's
forward.
out in the Williams?
That looks like Deadshot.
Absolute cracking start from Deadshot. And it looked
no,
like a jump start, to be honest.
Deadshot's full back.
There's a collision further back. I think it's Snoozer. I don't know what happened, but very clean start off with. There was a few bumps and scrapes towards the back of the field.
Owen has gone up
few of them
3
are all,
places and there's been a crash. Dutch Natcher's gone.
Who's that?
Oh no.
Completely lost it. I didn't see what happened. I just seen him completely slide off track. Owen's up to P8.
Which means he'll be technically second at the moment out of his division.
Oh, DC and Trey have connected a little bit.
I think DC's got the worst part of it though. He is dropping.
Oh, Horndog's going side by side with ST. As well to stay afloat then, them two did. Then you've got Trey started on the medium, so he's going English. So he's going to be going long into the race. As Ranga Ritz jumps into the pit from P7, comes Owen up a bit more. Manzi extends his lead.
So far it's a 6-way battle for lead at the moment. And then there's a 5-way battle for 7th.
Rocky Hess has got past Trey, he's going side by side with him. Trey is on the slower tyres, so...
Oh, Dog's gone very, very wide out of turn 3. And Scott goes a little bit wide into turn 4.
Headshots made it past DC. Good move from him there. Mark David and Flawless Hunter are side by side, both teammates in the Red Bull. Obviously Mark David on the slower tyres, so he's got his teammate. To be honest, I think team orders have got to come into play here. I think he's got to let him through. Let Flawless Hunter attack.
There's been a bit of a collision between Owen and Scott. Sadly though I can't record it. We just can't bump Scott down to 15. So yeah, it'll be on stream.
Lap 2 was it, yeah?
Yep, lap 2.
How many minutes does it say on the stream?
67th.
I'll put 66. Owen versus... I've wrote it down for you.
Thank you.
Nice battle still for 7th. Owen, I wouldn't say he's holding people up, but he's causing a big train. He's on the slower tyres compared to everybody else. Doing a cracking job keeping these behind. I mean, like Scott's just found out it's very hard to overtake. Oh no! Let's get the back of him.
Rushed. Owen's Ferrari there. Owen needs to be very careful and not to panic.
Looks backed out of that one.
That's Owen's problem at the moment. When he has someone behind him, he does
Yellow
panic.
Flag sector.
It's
red shot snooze, I think. No, it's not. Sector.
Oh.
Been emotionals up to P4, what's happened there? Might David gone off, did you say?
Yeah, I think Mike David just lost a little bit of time, he got a bit wide.
Manzi's pulling away at the front there. Can he get his first win in GRL? It's been coming, he spent all season, all last season
chasing down the inside of Owen, and Owen's just
all the way
a
down.
little bit too much room, could cost him 2 places.
This will be a big help for Manzi. I mean, like I said, he was struggling. I mean, last season it was all the way to the finish line with Smithy and myself.
Yeah.
Constantly, him, me. He never won a race, but he was always in the top 3. I think he went, I think 11 races, and he was always in the top 4.
Yeah.
Maybe look, he won't want to make a mistake now. He will not, because it will cost him his first and maybe only win in GRL. As Flawless Hunter goes wide, Nath went a bit wide. I think he got caught on that little curve that I said in qualifying. Would spin him out. Nath's struggling. He's losing temperature.
Still a battle between I think Owen and Horndog, but it's now Owen and Craigie. It's now a battle for 8th.
2 seconds.
As we see Mike David on the softs, he's still behind a bit emotional. So they're taking a much tighter line onto the penultimate corner. And a tighter line again. This could possibly mean if he gets a good exit.
The nation to the pit.
Might not. Emotions has gone defensive.
He's defending well. Guess
Guess with the first 5 second stop, go.
Oh, nice, got wing damage, front wing damage, over the chains there.
Oh, Mike Davis gone a little bit wide onto turn 4. So it shows the dirty air at that point.
Very hard. Top Goon is not far behind either. One
Top Gunner's
mistake
not far
from
behind.
Mike.
Yeah, that's true.
One mistake from Mike. Top Goon will pounce.
So far in GP3,
3 seconds lead now for 3.5
Manzi
seconds
is
lead
in
now for old
first.
Manzi.
Then in GP4, it's Top Gunner in first. Then it'll be Owen and DC. As Flawless Hunter sets the fastest lap of the race with 1:22.4. Craigie's. Oh, Top Gunner's gone off. Oh no!
Goes into the pit. Owen's gone off. What's happened to Owen?
Oh, Owen's gone off now.
He stopped.
I think he's letting everyone go. Let everyone go.
Why has he stopped? I don't understand why he stopped. Was there something happened between him and Top Gun? No,
hang
he's
on,
lagged back forward again.
Huh?
I don't know, I really don't know, but
We don't know.
look,
Behind
Craig's
Craigie.
jumped 10 positions now. Owen's got a little bit of lag, I'll stick onto him.
Yeah.
Stick onto him. I mean, he's nowhere. DC is quite a distance behind, so let's hope it sorts itself out before anyone gets anywhere near him. I'll stick on him and see how bad it is.
Okay.
Kicked him out. His car's still
Yeah.
going round. Let's hope it doesn't pit. No, it doesn't. It's still going to go round. Sending him in right now, which might have been the best thing to do with his connection getting bad. Kick him out and get him back in again. Can't find his name. He's there. Right, it's too game. There goes game in. Got DC and Snoozer closing in on him. Snoozer tries to get on the inside of DC. Owen's back. Can he get back in his car quick before these two catch him? Oh no, Snoozer's gone through. DC's trying to push him through so he gets through as well. DC's got through. There's 2 places he's lost. One of them to a GP3 driver, so now DC is leading GP4.
Yep.
Has Owen got back in his car yet? I don't think he has. Does he know how to?
I think he does. I spoke to him about to do it a couple of weeks ago.
Is he back yet? He's got Trey right behind him as well. Has he got back in his car yet?
Yeah, he's back in his
back
car.
He's back in. That's just as Trey goes through him, yeah. Mark Davies right on the back, a bit emotional. Flawless Hunter's catching Manzi.
Oh, hello.
3.5 to 2.4.
Owen!
Whoa, what was that then? He squeezed.
Oh no, this has gone a little bit wide. I think he just
Record
misjudged his
that,
line.
'cause no, I think what's happened there is Owen's come straight across Trey,
Yeah.
and Trey's got on the grass, and he couldn't stop.
I think it's best that Owen needs to
Why
retire.
does it say
His
Owen's
connections-
P17?
I think Owen needs to retire. His connection is going to cost him. No one needs to retire. I think.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he left the session again. Very unfortunate from Owen there. There's 1 point on the podium spot for GP4.
And the Nave's right behind Trey in P11. We'll keep an eye on the Mark David battle as Craigie jumps into the pit now from P5.
Oh, Sons has gone.
Out. We'll get him in, see what's happened. Something's gone really wrong there.
You see, oh, he's crashed it on the same place as
Just Nesher did. Completely lost that.
Very unfortunate for Flawless there.
If you'd like to tick the block box, Flawless, and we'll have a quick word with you.
I don't think Flawless has a mic.
He shares one with on Zoom, I don't know. If he's got it tonight, I don't know.
Oh.
If you haven't got a mic, Hunter, just send us a. I know should have put it. Yeah, just send us a quick message, mate, telling us what went wrong and what happened, because we didn't actually see it, and I'll read it out for the stream so they know.
Yeah, just send it directly to Smithy.
As a mid-race interview, and I'll read it out for everybody. ST's right on the back of Top Gooner.
So DC is now at the front.
We've lost 3 drivers from this race: Flawless, Hunter, Owen, and Dutch Natcher.
So it'll be DC,
Still
Trey, and then Calvano.
No, DC Deadshot.
Oh yeah,
and
DC,
Trey.
Deadshot, and Trey. Sorry. I thought Deadshot was
Oh, Mark
GP3.
Davis got past being emotional.
Gap has increased
He has an
between
11-second lead now.
Mike David and Manzi. Yeah.
It's not, it's decreasing.
Oh, it's decreasing.
Manzi's struggling on them tyres. I think it's time to pit, as Flawless Hunter's just said. I think it is time to pit. Tyres are going off now. I don't think they'll be able to one-stop on the softs. I think if he does it, he'll have to go onto mediums.
Hit in.
He's in, Manzi's in. I'll stick with him to see what tyres he puts on.
Okay. Oh. Keep a sharp eye on Ordog because he's catching up with Gary.
Gary's in as well.
And Ordog's not staying out.
Manzi's in. A quick stop, he's onto softs. He's out. Very quick stop there from the Sauber boys. As Gary comes in, I think he's going onto softs as well. Yeah, he is. There is 24 laps to go.
Manzi's gone on to another set of
comes out in
supers.
P3, yeah. No, he's on softs. Where he is?
Manzi's on supers, Gary's on softs.
Oh, fuck knows, and he's told me he was on softs. He's watched him put softs on. Dead shots all over the back of Ranga Rouge. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to leave you the interviews, Phil.
Alright.
Looks like she's going to run a bit over.
It's
I think
alright.
the GP one of them this
I think I'll take a break from commentating. I'll do this and then let Ordog and Manzi do GP2.
Yeah.
Because you're racing at GP2.
Yeah. Give yourself a little bit of a break, mate.
Yeah.
Otherwise it
Horndog's
just
now
gets too
pitted.
boring for your horn dogs in. Hands are straight past. I've just had a little message of Flawless. He said before his incident the rear wear of 65 was going to pit but decided to do one more lap going through turn 2 A bit of a slide, but turn 3 was just said not today, boy, and wrapped it up. A good start, unfortunate for the overtakes I made, but over now, good points lost. Yeah, it was a... I didn't see what happened, but it was very unfortunate.
Pitted for mediums. So supers for 12 laps. Supers for 12 laps, so it looks like it'll be one stopping. At the moment, DC, Deadshot and Trey are still at the top 3 for GP4. As Mike David Manzi's snoozer has got GP3. There's been emotional overtakes DC. It looks like DC's gone off. Lost on a little bit of time. That's 6th. But he's still
leading it, but he's no longer got a car in between him.
Yeah. Manzi sets the fastest lap, 1:22.000.
Yep. Yeah, and Flawless Hunter says that he thinks Manzi's going to win, it's his to lose now. Yeah, and Manzi known for bottling his wins. Gary moves up to P3 now. Gary's got to try the undercut on Mark David.
Very common that Manzi bottles. Manzi, the king of bottling.
Big train behind, been emotional.
Big train, yeah.
5-car battle, Horn Dog, Nate, Deadshot, DC, Ranga, Gary's there as well. They've all stopped once apart from DC and Deadshot. DC's lost the position to Nave. Oh, in a loose it,
Oh, Deadshot's gone.
I think he got caught out by Nave's little slide.
Keep that. Still able to race. That was close.
He's lost a little bit. I think he lost a little bit of end plate, but not too much, I don't think.
I think he was caught by surprise by Nath.
Well, Nath got past him, and I think Nath's back end just slipped out, and Deadshot tried to go around the outside, and until she wrote.
Nath's looking for an overtake on DC, which...
DC won't challenge that because he's in a different division.
Yep.
DC's got to be taking calm now. He's winning GP4 at the minute. He's got to keep it calm.
Keep calm and carry on. He also has, well, technically his teammate, but all dogs in the Mercedes.
Manzi's catching Mark now.
I think there might be a possibility that Manzi will be pitting at the same time as Mike. I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. Manzi's gone for the soft super soft strategy, whereas Gary's going to go for the faster lasting.
Yeah, super soft super.
Manzi gets past the back marker Owen. You can see, oh no, Scott's in between him now. Snooze is on the back of his teammate, Deadshot.
Hopefully there'll be team orders between them two.
Deadshot pits. DC's in as well. Is he going to beat Trey out? Trey's going to take the lead of GP4. Barcelona goes,
yep.
Trey
He does.
The lead of GP4.
And Cal gets second. And Guna gets third.
I think the two in front haven't pitted yet, Oh, they have. Cavara's pitted already.
Cavara's pitted, so he's on a one stop. So that means Trey.
He pitted way early. He ain't going to get their mediums all the way.
Oh,
I think he
maybe
lap
doing
one.
like an inverted. Oh,
He
heck.
pitted lap 1, yeah. So he ain't taking them all the way.
So we're doing an inverted one. Well, inverted. Oh, it's tipped. Oh, no, Calvano! Is it the white curb?
Mark David's
Standard,
in. As
standard
Rango Rich
Gooner
gets past,
second.
being emotional. Will Mark David beat? He carry out? I think he will. He's going to.
Yeah. Calvano, first session, so I think he might have lagged out.
Or he's not understood that he will still get big points.
So we're on the halfway point. Manzi is in first, followed by Mike David. And
Who's on the
Rango
mediums
Rich.
now?
Yeah, Mike
He'll
David's
be
on the
going to
medium, so
end.
hope. So I think Manzi will be pitted in 4 laps.
Manzi's got to put a gap now, and he will always be on the faster tyre, so he'll have to go
Yeah.
for the overtake. As the Naif's caught up to the back of Gary and Rango Rich. This battle for the last podium position at the minute.
Nath is a very good big surprise for Nath.
The only one that hasn't pitted yet is Trey.
Trey might be going on to the softs.
I think Gary's got a better run out of the last
Go on
corner.
board on Gary. He's on the soft, same as Rangarich. This could be all about raw pace. And going for it.
Gone for it. Oh, I think
What a
Rango
move!
got caught out right there. Rango got caught out and tries to turn in. Great move there from Bin
What a
Emotional.
good
He needs to
move
get out of the
from
way of
yeah,
Naif.
been emotional there.
Naif's gone through
Gets
as well.
in third.
Naif
And Naif goes
squeezed
through. Oh,
Rango Rich
unbelievable!
caught napping twice.
Unbelievable from Nath.
Cracking over to that was.
Yeah. So far for GP4 it's Trey, Gooner and Deadshot. No, Trey, Gooner and DC I mean.
Saturday night and I like the way you move.
I think DC's GP4. Oh, Rangarich is pitted. Yeah, but might be just just over the start of GP2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump out soon on a 5
So I
minutes.
think GP2 will be quite delayed.
It won't be delayed, you just missed the first bit of the stream.
Yeah. I think
There's
we've
no
got
bother
slight-
anyway, I'm sure everybody jumps over qualifying.
Yeah. To all the 7
Saturday night.
viewers that are watching, welcome. We're at 17 laps to go. We're starting on the 19th lap. As Manzi is still in front, followed by Mike David with a 17.1 second gap, and it's decreasing. So surely Manzi has to pit at this point. So either lap 19 or lap 20. Manzi will pit. He's got DRS off Gary. Oh, is that broke himself? Completely outbrakes himself.
Goes to the back then, never took him out.
Almost did like a Sebastian Vettel at Azerbaijan. And the tray is now
Top Gun
pitted.
Yeah, Top
Top
Gun
Gun has now
takes the,
got the first spot.
yeah, takes the lead off GP4.
I think Deadshot gets, I think it's either second or third, I don't know.
Third, DC's there.
Oh yeah.
Split out now. You got the 8 GP3 drivers at the top, and then you got ST in the middle.
Yep.
And the rest are GP4, aren't they?
Yep.
Just flawless is on it.
We're at the start of lap 20. This has actually increased the gap, but it's now reduced again.
Wednesday just got past the back marker of Trey. Might have been why he was lost a bit of time.
Dave with a 5-second stop go again.
He's in for his second stop.
Now a 17-second gap. And it's decreasing it even more. Surprisingly, Craigie's in 6th. Craigie's doing exceptionally well. Now Manzi goes into the pits. As Mike David
he's
is
going to come
onto
out
the
behind Mark David.
penultimate
Come
corner.
behind Mark David for about, he's going to be about 4 or 5 seconds behind him.
Does have plenty of time
He's,
there.
he's definitely clear of being emotional. Onto
There's
the
Manzi,
softs.
he's in the pit box.
He's coming
He's
out
now on the
right at end of
softs.
lane. He will be on the faster tyre, so he will be hunting down Mark David. So if you look, it's just 3 seconds out.
Now 3
Hopefully
seconds.
he can get them warmed up. Hopefully he can get them warmed up quickly.
His meters will start to wear out though.
There we go, soft, he's got to catch him.
Ringerich sets the
Ringerich
fastest lap
sets the
at
fastest
1:21.9. So let's have a look at who's got the most places. At the moment it's Craigie with 10.
Started towards the back, didn't he, because of the penalty he had.
Because of the five place grid penalty. Oh, Deadshot's gone.
From a podium position, he's at the pit wall.
Is it the pit wall?
No, I think he's at the other wall, or I think he's lost it.
Yeah, I
tonight.
think he's at
It's
the
just-
outer wall.
Yeah, he's chucked him out.
Chance for a
Booms in
podium.
again.
He's gone.
Gone.
So now Trey goes into 3rd. Now 2nd.
GP2's open, Phil, so I'm going to have to leave you for a minute then.
Right then.
You'll be alright on your own, yeah?
Yeah. Try my best.
No, it's not a problem, mate. So just obviously get top 3 for GP3 and 4 in.
Yeah. Is
Interviewing.
the party enjoyable?
Yeah, it's enjoyable, mate.
Smashing. Very
I'll stay in
unfortunate
it
from
now,
Deadshot
Roger.
there. Yeah.
Jumping GP2s and invite all them.
The gap between Mike David and Manzi is now 3.6. Now got up to 3.7. Yeah, position changes. Craigie's gone up by 10. So it could be within a shout of driver of the day unless Manzi gets his win. Nathan's gone into the pits. Same goes for Guna. Mike Davis sets the fastest lap with 1:21.928. So I think Calvano's now in. He's now 12th, but he's now in the shout of the podium. Craigie, Dog's now gone into the pits. Craigie is now 5th. Manzi has now decreased that gap to 2.9. He is now closing that gap. He's now set the fastest lap with 1:21.1. The gap between him and Mike Davis has now gone down to 2 seconds. By the time he finishes this lap, he'll be right behind Mike David.
Yeah, 2 seconds up on the part. I talked to these guys. Sorry, Phil,
Okay.
but
That's fine.
there was going to be a possibility of this happening.
That's alright. Craig is now entered into the pits. Calvano has left the session again. Wallace, can you try and invite Calvano back? Can you hear me? I'm back into the game. Not party, but back into the game. Manzi is now less than a second behind Mike. With 10 laps to go. Manzi is properly utilising them softs. So DC, Trey and Hockey Hess are in the top 3. Manzi is now getting closer to Mike. Mediums will now start to wear out. The fresh, super softs. DRS, I think, could be wide open. He's got the slipstream. Has a little sneaky look, but not to be found. So far, this is the closest battle at the moment. OKS is now pitted. That also has another sneaky little look. I think there was a little bit of contact. Manzi is going to give Mike David to maintain his position, which is very respectable for him. He kind of outbraked himself onto turn 12. But he's now got DRS. And he's using it. He's having another look. He's going for it. He's maintained his line, and same goes for Mike. That is... It's not a complete move yet, and now it is. It's a very good move for Mike, from Manzi there. And Emotional's now gone into the pit as Rangarich now jumps. Bit emotional. I think that's Trey. Let's just spam. Still got eyes on Manzi. He's now gained a 1 second gap between him and Mike David. I think at this point, for driver of the day, we might need to give it to Manzi. His first win in season 2 of GRL. Of GP3, whilst for GP2, I think it might be for GP4, sorry. It'll be DC. I'll get driver of the day for GP4. Very, very unfortunate from Top Gunner to be. I think he had a little bit of bad luck. Start off lap 1. Now we've got the closest battle, and that is Snoozer and Horndog. They are both teammates in GP3. So obviously with the points that they'll get, it will be allocated onto their proper team. So the constructors will still be balanced. As Scott enters into the pits, Trey has jumped Hockey Hess. We're on lap 29. About 6 laps to go. Gap between him and Mike Davis now gone up to 2.3. His mediums will start to wear out even more. Coming up to lap 30, 5 laps to go. Closest battle at the moment is Snoozer, and then well, technically it's followed by Hokias and Galvano, but Galvano is not in it. So that means Hokias, Trey and DC will be on the top 3, as DC will get the win. As of this moment, GP2 was supposed to start, but because we had to do the full qualifying, it's a bit delayed. But we'll try and keep the interviews quite not too short. So hopefully they can get GP2 out of the way. Four laps to go. Manzi with a very comfortable 3.1 second gap to Mike David. Ranga Rich with a 25 second gap between him and Mike David. Bit emotional, he's actually trying to catch up to Ranga Rich, as he is on, I think, the fast tyre. Yes, he is. He's on the supers, whilst Ranga Rich is on the softs. Gap is now increased to 5.6 seconds now between him and Manzi. Between Mike McDavid and Manzi. So they start lap 32. So for driver of the day out of the two divisions, for GP3 it will be Manzi for getting his first win in Season 2, and not only that, his performance and tyre strategy was on point. As for GP4, we will be going for DC to get his first win on the new GP4, and also his good race pace. So congratulations to Manzi for GP3 and congratulations to DC in GP4. Snoozer very sneakily overtook Horndog on turn 2. It's now a battle between him and Nath. Nath goes down the inside, and it looks like DC could possibly go for a switchback, but no. Very good move from Nath there. A little bit tail happy out of turn 2. Good move nonetheless. Now 3 laps to go. No, 2 laps to go. Did I say 3 laps to go? But no, it's 2 laps. Top Gunner has overtook Calvano. Calvano's AI. There is Manzi. Very, very comfortable. Very good strategy and a good drive from him. Gives him a bit of redemption for the new GP3. And it looks like could be a good competitor to Mike. As Manzi starts lap 34. a 7.2 second gap. He is proper utilising those soft tyres. Even though he had that slight incident with Mike David a few laps, well, about 5 laps ago, and he stayed in second, not gained an advantage after Mike David starts to, due to the contact, he respected, which was good. Then overall, his pace just got better and better. And on the first corner, I think it was lap 30, took the opportunity of an overtake, and he took it. So as Manzi starts his flying lap, we will give him the stream time that he deserves for this race, as he does exceptionally well through qualifying and through the race. There was 5 retirements, which was Calvano, Owen, Deadshot, Hunter and Dutch. Deadshot and Dutch crashed at the same corner on turn 3. Flawless Hunter, like what he said in the mid-race interview, said that he should have pitted, but because of his rear tyre wear, well, he decided to go for it. It was a risk. So, as Manzi goes and exits the final corner to win get his first win of Season 2 at the Hungarian Grand Prix, with Mike David with second. Rangerich will take third. Very good. Good race. Maybe not Stewie. I hope Stewie. Very, very good race from Rangerich there. Bit emotional with 4th. Snoozer gets 4th. Jumps a bit emotional on penalties. One Dog 6th. Craigie gets 7th. Nath gets 8th. Oh, whilst you're there, Stewie. Just after this, invite Manzi, Mike David, Rangerich. Yeah, because it'll be a mid-race interview. Well, it'll be a race interview. And that is it. DC will get his first win for GP4. Very good effort from DC, as he also gets driver of the day on his first win as well. Manzi, Mike David, Rangerich, that's for GP3. And then I'll have a look at who's in GP4, and then I'll tell you on that one as well. Yeah. So there we go. So Manzi gets his first win in Season 2, with Mike David in second and Rangerich in third for GP3. DC gets his first win in GP4, followed by Trey, who gets second, and Hockey Hess that gets third. Well done them. for GP3. As we try and get the drivers in the party for the interview. And we'll see how they get on. Hey up, Ranger Rich. Be sure to tick the box. We'll try and get some more of the drivers and we'll do the interview.
Okay.
DC got first. Hang on, I think I'll oh yeah. Get Hockey Hess in and Trey, and then I'll get DC in. Just waiting for Trey, Hockey, and DC to join. Hey up, Trey, make sure to tick the box.
Isn't it?
Is DC in? Nope. Right, I'll start GP3. So, Manzi,
Hello.
your first win in season 2. How does it feel?
Great, mate. Great. 2 seasons and this has been, and it feels good.
You actually had a very, very good race. Your strategy was on point, and everything else just went perfectly well. So tell us
Everything went to plan today, mate. I was shocked I got pole position, mate, to be honest with you, because I've done no practice around this track. I know people have been practicing this track all week. So when I got pole, I was sweating, oh god, I'm going to mess it up that first corner, I'll rest on it. And then, obviously, Mark David were doing a one-stop, and I know, well, for me, the one-stop don't work, because of the mediums, they just don't work around this track. So I stuck to my guns. I knew a lot of other people and all, they would put in the softs on in the middle stint, which I don't think that works either. You want the softs go off too quick, so you want the softs on till end, in my opinion. So that's what I stuck with, and it worked.
Yeah, it seemed to be working in your favour, because when you pitted onto your softs and got out of the exit, you was 3.6 seconds behind Mike Davis, so it seemed to work. Doing super soft, and then soft.
Yeah, it did work. I think Mark David made a few mistakes. I think if he didn't make so many mistakes, it would have took me to the last 5 laps to catch him. But I was confident I could catch him. But I think he did make a few mistakes, which made it easier for me to catch him. We did have a banging together when I did chuck one up the inside, but there was no damage. I let him go off it, and then
we did notice
you
it was big respect from you to not like gain an advantage after the contact. It was big respect for you. Just like let Mike David to regain his car back, and
let him get back in front and try again. Basically, second attempt, it worked.
Yeah. Congratulations on your win, your first win.
Cool. First win.
And not only that, you also get driver of the day with that as well for your first win. You actually did very well.
Wow.
On pit strategy and your performance throughout qualifying and the race.
Awesome. Thank you very
well done
much
to you. As we now come to Mike David, P2.
Yeah, quite a good
Pretty
race.
good for Hungary. Tell us how it went, and was your pit strategy planned, or was it two-stop?
It was definitely planned, but I made a slight miscalculation because I didn't realise coming into this race that Hungary is quite a fuel-hungry track. So I decided to underfuel my car because I was thinking, right, I'm going to be surrounded by super softs, so how can I gain an advantage? by having less
Yeah.
fuel in my car. It didn't work because I had to stay on lean for about 6 laps, and I lost about 10 seconds doing that in terms of like track position. So if I didn't under fuel, I then probably would have been a lot closer to Manzi in terms of where he would have overtook me at the end.
Yeah.
Then I can't remember what happened, but I can't even remember where it was on the track. But I got very out of control at one point and just about saved it, but I lost position to Flawless and Gary, and I was behind Gary for a while. He wasn't holding me up or anything, because I was on the slower tyre anyway. I managed to keep up with him though, which was quite surprising. But I think if I didn't, that was the mistake that cost me the race. I think because if I didn't make that mistake, then I would have been. I lost about 10 seconds on that alone.
Try your best on the one stop.
Yeah.
And because you had to be running on lean, it kind of costed you at that point. And at least you had a good effort around Hungary, and you managed to get yourself P2. So congratulations on that.
Definitely. Cheers.
And as we now go to Ranga Rich,
Hello.
P3. It's your first podium in GRL.
It is, yeah.
18 points.
in the second
no, 15
race as
points
well,
actually,
so-
sorry. How did it go?
Went
Nice
well.
and short, and then look, we'll move on to
It was,
GP4.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really expect it. I'll be honest. I mean, I qualified in P8. Didn't really get a good lap out. And the one lap I did get out about half a second faster, managed to invalidate it. So P8 wasn't really ideal. And then first lap, I think it was like turn 4 or 5. I think might have been Top Gunner, like broke right in front of me and lost a load of my front wing. So I had to pit in the first lap, go straight onto the softs and managed to get some clean air, put some good laps in. By the time everyone else pitted, I think I was in about P5, P6. And then just managed to cancel the new soft and undercut Nath, who eventually crashed, I think. But I managed to undercut Nath and undercut Gary, I think, and then managed to hold off Gary a little bit when he had the fresh supers on.
It was very unfortunate from Nath. He was actually having such a good race. I think at one point he was with DC and kind of just outbraked himself onto the first corner.
Yeah, it was a point in before I pitted for the second time. I think it might have been around lap 15 or something, and I was in third. Yeah. I'd literally just gone past Gary because he made a mistake. I'd gone past him, and then Gary got past me. I wasn't too worried about that, and then Nate just kind of bumped me in the back, and I was like, all right, I didn't really expect that. But he went past me. But
well done, well done to get your first podium in GRL or GP3.
Thank you.
So that's the podium. The podium drivers on GP3. We now come to GP4. Sadly, DC isn't with us. He did in fact win his first GP4 race around Hungary, and he does get driver of the day with that. Of his very average race, and he was in quite a few good battles at that point. So we'll jump into P2, which is Trey. Surprisingly, gets P2, and at one point you was struggling, and then you was doing pretty well at one point.
Yeah, I was struggling. Yeah, sorry. I was struggling quite a bit. I did start on medium tyres, so I was going for the one stop just like Mike was. I was actually doing pretty well on the one stop. Got to my soft tyres, which would have got me to the end, but unfortunately I made a mistake which made me turn off the track and ring. So I had to switch to the super softs. And luckily, Hockey did the same mistake the next lap round to let me go by, and then he was struggling to keep up with me from there on out. I was having a clean race, didn't hit anybody, didn't cut no corners or anything like that, so it was a pretty good race, especially when I've had 2 weeks off as well.
Very, very good race. You managed to get like your first podium in GP4, and hopefully it will continue in the next couple of races. Yes, that's good.
Cheers.
Well done. So we are now on to P3, which is Hockey Hess. Some 15 points. So well done. How did it go? And I think at one point you was kind of struggling in some of the sectors.
Honestly, I felt like I was struggling most of the whole race. You know, I started out on the sauce and took early wing damage and was trying to stay out and keep up with everybody, but it was about a second or so, second and 2/10 or so down, and tried to
Yeah.
pit and just couldn't keep the tires in temperature. So, but glad with the finish.
Well, you did pretty well on to get yourself P3 in the new GP4, and we'll see how it will go on into Belgium. And that will be it for the GP4 and 3 race round Hungary. The GP2 race is currently going, so I'll keep it nice and short. Not only that, GP1 will be tomorrow. So other than that, with thanks to the podium drivers, that is Manzi, Mike David, Rangarich, Trey and Hockey S. Congratulations. And we'll see you
DC.
guys in
Yeah, because they're DC.
well, in GP2.